Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of the Disc Golf Answer Man. Next one comes from Ben.
Hey, guys. I think it'd be great if you could talk about the most nerve-wracking shot of your careers in which you succeeded and fought through. And also, if you don't mind, talking about the worst shot of your career in which you were just extremely embarrassed and at this point, hopefully, is funny. Thanks so much.
Dang.
Yay.
Trying to think of...
I'll go first on the first one.
Yep.
I need to think a minute on the failure. I've had so many. I just got to narrow it down to
Quite
one.
the catalog of failures.
The shot that comes to mind for me was at the 2008 Players Cup, the major. Barsby and I were battling the entire round, just back and forth, back and forth. I went out to an early lead. I hit a big putt on hole one, made a couple strokes up here and there, and then he kind of fought his way back. He made a huge putt on hole 16 to tie it. And I had a great shot on 17 to get the one-stroke lead going into the final hole. And it was like this 350 turnover blind shot with OB pretty much everywhere. And I had a one-stroke lead, and I knew I had to put it close because all this shot was, for Greg, was a big forehand.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to come up with the shot, and I remember thinking I have to put this close. And at the time, I remember reaching for a Z-Buzz and just putting it on that perfect angle, and it was just holding the corner. And as soon as the disc disappeared,
Nice.
it disappeared over the bunker. I just listened for the crowd, and when the crowd applauded, that's when I knew I did it. That's definitely my most pressure moment.
Yeah. And just to come through. Pretty sick.
And
in a major.
Yeah, it was a major. Yeah, it was a PDGA major. So, and
That's super cool.
yeah.
I like it. I guess mine, I haven't played on the same scale as Eric has, but I guess it was maybe probably the second tournament that I won. The first one was like a really small one. Not very many players were there, and so I don't know. It counted, but it also kind of didn't count. But this one, I was in Temple playing against Mike Olse, who's a Austin guy, course designer, really, really good disc golfer.
Yeah,
just
he's
a really,
great
really
guy.
good guy.
He's a good dude.
I like Mike a lot.
Mike a lot as well.
And got into a playoff with him after 2 rounds, and through 2 holes, we both birdied the first and we both birdied the second. And I missed probably my only putt inside the circle on the next hole, which would have been for the win. That was about 28 feet or so, and just pushed it right a little. It's one of those that probably like 40, 60 could have stuck, could have fallen out. But the next hole was a big forehand hole for him on a really steep slope, sloping down to the left. And he threw a forehand and just rolled down to the bottom of the hill a little bit. And I threw a turnover at the time. It was a rock, turnover rock. And I was uphill of the basket about 30 feet looking down at it, similar distance to the one I just missed. Mike ran his putt, and it was right by the basket. And I was just knees knocking standing over this putt. Because if I hit chains and it doesn't stay, maybe it rolls down, maybe it doesn't. If I airball, it guaranteed 4 because there's no coming back from it. And I hit that putt for the 2 and the win. And so I'd say that was the one that I was most like driving home after that. I just felt like, holy crap, I did it. Like I was just energy racing through my body. It was really, really cool.
Listening to Rage Against the Machine the entire way home.
Yeah. You know me very well. You know my musical tastes.
I do. Do you have one, Bobby?
I don't play a lot of tournaments. I mean, I know one embarrassing shot.
Okay.
Is
I've got one of those.
I was playing.
Are you WTF Richard?
No, no. It was. I can't remember what the name of the event. Maybe it was the Oklahoma Open, and I was playing in one of the either Red Hawk or Black Hawk in Tulsa. And there was a shot. I can't remember the number, but it's a shot where it's got like 2 ponds.
Yep, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's like hole 10,
something like that. And I saw people throwing it, and I thought that's out of my reach. Don't be stupid. Play it safe, right in the middle. Just don't.
And then when you got up there, you were just like,
everybody was doing it. Now they weren't
Everyone's doing it.
Yeah, they weren't parking it, but they were getting across the pond that you had to get across. And I thought, how can I lay up? Everybody else is doing it.
Dang it.
And so I thought, if I just grunt and just really power through it, I should be able to make it. In fact, I'll even turn my trespass over just a little bit so it'll do that nice S curve. And I did. I threw it and sure enough, just flew right into the water.
Dang it, man.
So
I've thrown in the pond on that hole numerous times.
So it was one of those things that, you know, the lesson I learned was like, if you don't think you can make it, don't. It's not worth it.
Play to your strengths.
Stay in your game. Stay in your mindset.
You know, a 3 is better than a 4 or a 5. So that was the lesson I learned on that one.
I do have one I thought of for my. I wouldn't say it was an embarrassing moment, but more of a letdown moment.
Sure.
Was Piney Woods a few years ago. I think Robert was there for this one.
We were on the final 9 together.
Yep. And Bradley had a lead. Bradley Williams had the lead going into the final, and I was playing well in the final. I was making putts and throwing.
All of us were shredding that back 9. Yeah,
throwing some great shots, and actually, I think I played really well the final round to get to the final.
That's right.
Make up a few strokes, and we were tied. Bradley Williams and I were tied. I had Bradley Williams by 1 stroke going into the last hole of the final 9, which happens to be the huge pyramid elevated basket that I'm sure majority of you have seen pictures of or maybe even played. I remember thinking to myself, I just put this close and we should be good. Bradley's shot was relatively close, gave himself a putt. I put mine about the same distance, I would say. And all I had to do was make that putt from the bottom, little uphill, maybe 20-footer, 25-footer, but it was uphill and there was a little breeze.
If you haven't seen it, it's a scary putt.
It is a scary putt because if you miss, you've got the same putt that you just missed,
if not farther.
Yeah. And all I had to do was make this putt, and I think I chained the left side, and
that's right.
And it just fell out, and then Bradley hit his putt to tie me, and then I ended up losing in a playoff to Bradley, but. So that was one of my moments that I kind of kicked myself for quite some time, but I did get revenge, and I came back the following year and won the tournament, which was great because all I ever wanted to do was get my name on that rock.
Dude, I still want to get my name on that rock.
All I ever wanted to do. So.
On 18's green on Dogwood, there's this just stone that has the previous Piney Woods champions names. Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff. I really like that. Yeah. And all I want to do is get my name on it, and then I had the opportunity and I failed, but then I came back and got it. But
nice.
But that is definitely my moment that comes to mind.
For sure. Mine we've talked about before. Winter warm up. I was chasing down Kyle Webster. I just birdied 6 in a row, starting to catch fire, and wasn't feeling confident on my Anheuser's. So on what was 17 at Lake Louisville, now it's some other number. I just threw low hyzer. I was like 100 out. Tried to kind of half run a jump putt, but it just caught on my fingers and it wobbled out to like 30. So,
unlike mine, Roberts is on video.
Yeah, you can see it anytime you want. You can see my reaction and know that I was very disappointed with it. Yeah. But yeah, that one hurt. I ended up losing by 2 to him. It sucked.